Honorable Congressman.
Starting five brought to you by OneXBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with OneXBet. For ABRA, Marwin Taiwan, Mike Ayon, Gio Chu, Ryan Batino, and Dave Ildefonso making his 17th consecutive start of the season for Caloocan. Joko Tayongtong, Jeff Banday, June Bonsubre, Paul Sanga, and Romel Calahat. And ABRA in the midst of a 13-game winning streak, second best, just behind the undefeated Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, while Caloocan is 5-1 under Coach Mike Sagigit. So let's see, in the battle of two really solid defensive teams, which one will hold out dito sa labanang norte between ABRA and Caloocan, as Chu and Bonsubre will jump it up.
Well, Gio Chu starting alongside Ryan Batino and Raven Gonzalez to come off the bench, perhaps together with John Oduba. The depth of ABRA really just incredible right now. And talking about incredible, having an incredible season is Dave Ildefonso. Stepping into that jumper is too easy para dito kay Dave. He can get to wherever he wants to go on the floor.
And remember, he really struggled to begin yung kanilang very first game dito sa ABRA when they played against Binyan. Even though he was the best player of the game, he was lamenting how he wasn't really at par in terms of shooting. So medyo may redemption factor, no, in terms of him trying to redeem himself here. But a turnover by ABRA. Caloocan getting the ball back. Calahat fakes. He drives, gets to the gut of the defense, but can't get that shot to fall. Taiwan, quick pass to Ayon, this time starting para dito sa ABRA. Ildefonso for free, knocks that one down.
And that's what you get from Mike Ayon, the quick thinking, the making the right read. Nakita niya si Dave Ildefonso patakbo on the secondary break, and he obviously nakita niya na kung mas komportable si Dave pagtanggap ng bola at tira agad ng tres.
Offensive foul called against the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. This was Dave Ildefonso. Coming to this game was only 2 of 18 from beyond the arc in the last couple of games.
Well, he can change that here, and he's having a hot start already. 5 quick ones para kay Dave Ildefonso.
Almost a turnover against ABRA, but they recovered the basketball. Ayon in the second game para dito sa ABRA Solid North Weavers. The switch. Oh, quick pass leads to this basket by Gio Chu.
ABRA looking very sharp at the moment. And that's the execution right there. And yung sinasabi natin, itong ABRA, the really good foundation with the way they play. Itong si Gio Chu, but June Bonsubre, nice to see him knock down a jumper.
First field goal para dito sa Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. 2 minutes gone by here in the first period. Ildefonso with Tayongtong draped all over him. Taiwan on the right corner. Inside, papunta kay Gio Chu. Back-to-back baskets for the Ateneo Blue Eagle.
Well, vastly improved ang kanyang finishing near, in and around the basket. Gio Chu is much mobile compared to when he was in college. And really has developed into a fine young player. So si Gio Chu.
Paul Sanga with a mid-range jumper. 9-4 is our score. ABRA with a 5-point lead. Taiwan on the left side. Batino drives, hook shot will not work. Rebound Paul Sanga. Tatakbo dito ang Caloocan. Manday inside. Bonsubre. Second jumper for the former San Beda Red Lion.
And Caloocan also picking up the pace offensively. And gusto nilang sabayan itong pace din ng ABRA. Only down by 3 early on.
And they played a little bit faster under Coach Mike Sagigit. Talking about itong Caloocan, as we see Dave Ildefonso making it look easy with that fadeaway jumper.
And Dave Ildefonso, 7 points in the contest. And it's just not the usual Dave Ildefonso that we're seeing here this season. Ngayon, parang nag-iba yung mindset niya, na parang realizing that he can really, take over games para sa kanyang kupunan.
Maganda ang gising ni June Bonsubre. That's his third jumper knockdown para dito sa Caloocan. 11-8 is our score. Taiwan Puts a pass to Mike Ayon. Can't hit the free. J.O. Chu with a 6-point and ABRA with a 5-point lead.
Pasa daw, sabi ni Mike Ayon. But that is something that really itong ABRA na nakikita natin early on with Mike Ayon there and J.O. Chu na nagdagdag sa team nila na parang dumali yung basketball sa kanilang lahat.
13-10, 3-point lead for the ABRA Solid North Weavers. Ayon. That pass intercepted. Caloocan getting the basketball.
Credit to Caloocan there.
Kalahat susugod. Puts it up, puts it in, plus a foul.
Ganda ng galaw ni Romel Kalahat. Just really one of the more versatile players here in the MPBL. Can put the ball on the deck now using that little hesitation there. And then absorbing the contact for the basket.
The game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Kalahat ties the ball game up at 13 apiece. And Jeremy Cabanag getting in para dito kay Paul Sanga. The two Ateneans so far combining for all of the points of ABRA so far. Ildefonso with 7, J.O. Chu with 6. Taiwan bouncing it to Batino. The lob inside, J.O. Chu kick out. Ildefonso draws closer. Sidestep, can't hit it. Batino gives them another possession.
Ang bilis ng ikot ng bola dito ng ABRA, giving that opportunity kay Dave Ildefonso, but they get another crack here again.
Taiwan for free, no good. And finally, Caloocan clears it. Chance to take the lead. Manday has yet to take a shot. Tayong Tong draws closer, got rejected by Alfred Batino. Quickly to Ildefonso, who lays it up and in.
Oh boy, Dave Ildefonso came out to play. Bang klase ang simula ni Dave Ildefonso. 9 of the 15 of ABRA here in the first period.
Kalahat pops out, takes that free, and gives Caloocan their first taste of the lead, 16-15.
I like what I'm seeing from Romel Kalahat. Very aggressive, not passing up on shots, and able to knock down that three down the middle on the pick and pop.
Catch and shoot from Dave Ildefonso. Can't get it to fall. Batino with another offensive board. This time gets the putback plus a foul.
Well, there are some stars in this team, but there is another problem. And that is Alfred Batino. Every time a shot is put up, you cannot count out Alfred Batino. You got to put a body on him because that's what happens. An offensive rebound and the stick back plus the foul on Romel Kalahat. Alfred Batino, he does not need, you don't need to design plays para sa kanya. He's gonna find his way, make an impact para sa kanyang kupunan.
Let's check in with Miss Gianna Llanes.
This one is about Caloocan. We may not see new additions so far for their team, but Coach Mike shares that they still have 4 days left in the trade period, and this game will determine if they need to make some changes. In his words, agile big man daw ang hinahanap nila ngayon, and they do have some prospects. Pagdating naman sa laro na ito, excited si Coach Mike to be facing his revolutionary daw lang laro ay prepared si Coach Yong. So he joked that if they could have talked before the game, he would have said, please go easy on us. Ken and Sidel?
Maraming salamat, Gianna. And obviously, two of the most decorated coaches here in the MPBL, and Coach Yong Garcia and Coach Mike Sagigit, certainly paid their dues. Ildefonso turns the ball over, but ABRA gets the ball back. Camacho kakapasok lang. Skip pass, intercepted by Flores.
I like the activity from the Batang Kangkalu. They look like light on their feet. They're closing out on shooters, and they are able to, get in the passing lanes para dito sa kanilang depensa. Ang ganda ng pinapakita nila dito.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke. This was Dave Ildefonso in transition.
Di ba kayo nag-karaoke kagabi?
Wala.
Wala?
Wala.
Akala ko naman si Ton kumanta.
Wala eh. Medyo under the weather din si Kuya Ton eh. Rebound by Ayon. Quickly to Taiwan. And Ildefonso has missed his last couple of jumpers. But look who's in the vicinity, Marvin Taiwan. And he will head to the line for 2 shots.
Marvin Taiwan, just a handful. And parang may magnet ang bola kay Marvin Taiwan eh. He's got a really nice nose for the ball. He was first to that loose ball earlier.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And one of the best free throw shooters in the MPBL at the line. 90% Marvin Taiwan.
They talk about creating angles. Yung play na yun kanina. You know, that's really, you know, yung mga attention to detail na binibigay ni Coach Yong dito sa mga players niya.
2 for 2 at the line. ABRA retakes the lead 20-18. Under 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Papasok na si Joshua David and Encho Serrano.
First time to see Encho Serrano with his retooled lineup. He missed the last game against Quezon City.
Serrano has come off the bench in all of their games since that loss against the Pasay Voyagers. Now he attacks, kick out. David got caught stepping on the sideline.
Still a capable unit here. And can you imagine CJ Austria now coming off the third group together with John Oduba?
That's gonna be the question for ABRA moving forward. No? Yung lalim nila, how will they mesh yung mga key pieces nila moving forward?
Sorry, hindi pala magiging third group dito si CJ kasi si Dave nandyan pa sa loob eh. So malamang he'll be coming in for David Defonso.
That's the thing. Yung second unit nila, pwede ring starting lineup ng ibang kupunan.
Wala. Lahat aga third group to. May Michael Jordan Fabro pa dyan sa likod eh.
David against Cabanag. A steal again by Caloocan. Actually number 2 in terms of steals so far. Jeramer gives it up to Real Cervantes. Puts up a free, no good. The save by Serrano. David onto the front court. Under 2 minutes left here in quarter number 1. Simon Camacho quickly to Dave Ildefonso. Dave to Serrano. Puts it up from downtown. No good. Bagsak si Camacho, but they recover the basketball. Gonzalez balik kay Joshua David. 7 seconds sa kanyang shot clock. David to Ildefonso. Long three-pointer. Bounces out and Cervantes finally clears it for Caloocan.
Really good defensive possession galing sa Caloocan. Batang Kangkalu. Able to stay in front. Hindi kumakagat sa mga fake ng ABRA. But a poor pass. Too low para kay Josh Flores coming from Jeramer Cabanag. But the right intention nonetheless.
Now CJ comes in for Dave Ildefonso. 66 seconds left here in the first period. Dave Ildefonso off to a hot start again para sa ABRA. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Serrano to Simon Camacho. Austria serving the floor laban kay Josh Flores. 9 on their shot clock. CJ using that Camacho screen. Drives baseline. Almost another steal by Caloocan, but they bailed him out with a foul.
A terrific job just probing and looking for opportunities. And this is something that's really nice about this ABRA lineup. There are a lot of players who are comfortable, you know, handing the ball and getting to spots on the floor.
CJ Austria just celebrated his birthday last week, no? 24-year-old from Laguna knocks down the first free throw. 3-time UAP champion, CJ Austria.
I like his game. Ito CJ Austria, you know, always been known as a tough player. He does not back down to any challenge. And right now, really starting his pro career dito sa ABRA, really just an ideal place to develop as he moves forward sa kanyang karera dito sa basketball. No? He has a bright future ahead of him.
Binanggit mo, hindi umatras sa kahit anong pagsubok. Yung Vic Manuel, no? The way he defended Vic in that game, in Bangged. And also produced 12 points and 9 rebounds. Really turned a lot of heads as Real Cervantes carves out space inside and scores para dito sa Caloocan.
And the veteran Real Cervantes. The quick hands here from Jeremer Cabanag.
Cabanag pulls up. Money on that mid-range jumper.
And again, the activity of Caloocan defensively just giving ABRA all sorts of problems there. Ooh, will that count?
Sabi, no basket. Pero penalty na itong Caloocan. So free throws again coming up for the ABRA Solid North Weavers. It's been a tight contest so far, even though ABRA jumped off to a hot start in this game.
And both teams really shooting extremely well right now. You know, ABRA at 50%, Caloocan at 58%, 10 of 17 ang Caloocan, ABRA 8 of 16. And the three-point shooting is the one where ABRA is, needs to improve because they've made only 1 3 out of their 7 attempts.
Pasok yung unang free throw ni Encho Serrano. Came from Pampanga this off-season.
Ano yan? Three-pit ang personal three-pit ang target niyan.
Oo.
Ni Encho Serrano.
Nagpapabati siya. Happy Fiesta sa Apalit. Viva Apong Iru. Ayan.
Yung batang Apalit yan. And
that shot from half court will not work for Joko Teongtong, but
ABRA just up by 2 at the end of 1 against Caloocan. Nandun na tayo sa point ng season na Ken, hindi na pwedeng hindi na pwedeng magpahinga, nag-ahabol ka ng panalo, pag natalo ka, kailanganin agad yung pwesto mo. You see a surge now from Mindoro and Batangas in the south. Yun yung mga nung nagsimula ang season, medyo mahirap na makakuha ng kanyang rhythm. Ngayon, bumubulusok na. Actually, the whole league is it's a far cry from where they started this season.
Oh yeah. Jeff Panday with a jumper to open things up here in quarter number 2. Sabla ulit tayo, 24 all.
Yeah, like Manday's game, he does not only have that three-point shot, but he's also has really good handles to get to wherever spot on the floor he wants to.
Taga-Bacolod din yan di ba? Si Jeff. CJ Austria knocks down a free.
And that was well challenged as well. CJ Austria.
Joko Teongtong, Real Cervantes, JJ Manlangit, Jeff Banday, and Jeremer Cabanag, the unit para dito sa Caloocan. Cervantes na beaten, but the stick back works for the former FEU Tamaraw.
Na-experience sila doon ni Real Cervantes. Nakita niya na yan several times, all the big bodies there inside the paint. And using that that shot fake to good effect.
Itong lineup ng ABRA ngayon but before that, 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
Ganda ng challenge ni Manday, but Austria already set as he got that pass from Josh David, his college teammate as well at TLSU.
Yun nga puro former Lasal and Adamson players to
Yeah. A UAAP unit on the floor for ABRA.
Camacho whips it out to Encho Serrano. 3 seconds on their shot clock. Long 3-point shot bounces out. Offensive rebounds have been key para dito sa ABRA, although Raven Gonzalez could not convert. Teongtong, chance to take the lead here on this possession. Manlangit, entry pass intended for Real Cervantes, but it results into a turnover laban dito sa Caloocan. Joshua David, Encho Serrano, Raven Gonzalez, CJ Austria, and Simon Camacho, the unit para dito sa ABRA, who currently holds a +7 edge in rebounds.
Ang bigat na yan. Ang bigat ng advantage na yan. But, Caloocan has been, countering with their defense. And kita mo doon, another steal and a point of a turnover.
Caloocan already with 5 steals to begin this matchup. averaging 10.2 steals. Good for second place in that department. Lamang na sila ngayon, 28-27. More than 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Serrano gives it up. Joshua David, corner three will not work. Manday quickly, outlet. Cervantes takes his time and finishes on the other end.
Well, ito na ngayong Caloocan ang tinatakbuhan itong ABRA Solid North Weavers.
And guys like Paul Sanga, Jeremer Cabanag, and Jeff Manday actually had 8 threes in that game.
Well, nice springboard itong laro against Manila para dito sa Caloocan. Kita mo dun sa game na yun, parang lahat na players nakakuha ng kumpiyansa.
Oo. A lot of guys scoring in double figures in that one.
I like the way they're communicating at the moment with Mike Ayonayon. Here's another shot maker para dito sa ABRA Solid North Weavers. There's a bunch of them on that team.
Tying the game up at 30 apiece. Under 7 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Jeff Manday receives the pass. Tightly guarded by Marvin Taiwan. 3-point shooting has been medyo shaky, no, for ABRA. 3 out of 11. Caloocan, less attempts, 1 out of 4. See here, the shot by Mike Ayonayon.
Well, they've it started with Dave Ildefonso, but medyo nanlamig sa tres ang ABRA, but Mike Ayonayon coming in. He's rarely taken a shot in this ball game. Ito si Mike Ayonayon.
Manday, pass to Kalahat. At the elbow, Bonsubre hands it off to Cabanag. 5 seconds on their shot clock. Kalahat tries a free off the rim, and Ayon secures the rebound. Taiwan. Balik kay Mike Ayon laban kay Jeremer Cabanag. Oduba is in for the Solid North Weavers. Stress ni Ayon, same spot, different result. And a rebound controlled by Romel Kalahat.
That time, Cabanag playing well defensively.
Jeff with Marvin Taiwan trying to contain him, and ball will stay with Caloocan. And a timeout by the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu at the 5 and 56 minute mark.
Yan, no? And right now in this ball game, yan ang nagiging diferensya dito sa dalawang teams. 5 rebound. But Caloocan, countering that advantage in several other ways, particularly sa depensa nila.
Yeah, already 5 steals para dito sa Caloocan Batang Kangkalu. 4 seconds on their shot clock though. Kalahat, nasupalpal na naman ni Alfred Batino. Ayon glides in and scores for ABRA.
Defense to offense in a blink of an eye para dito sa ABRA. Batino coming up with a block on Kalahat. And that's not an easy feat, pero itong si Ayon, ang bilis na takbo, lalo na pag nandyan si Taiwan.
Entry pass, Bonsubre fades away. Wow, Alfred Batino just holding his ground para dito sa ABRA on defense.
Na dalawa na yan, na magandang stop para kay Batino.
Dave, as he made his move, a foul committed by the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu.
Yun ang maganda dito kay Alfred Batino kasi yung mga stops niya usually is the one that triggers a run para dito sa ABRA Solid North Weavers. A block and then, just denying someone a post entry or a shot inside the paint. And David Ildefonso has roared right back with a three-pointer. Pag minimension natin ang three-point shooting ng ABRA, mukhang bumabalik yung sigla ng tira nila sa three-point line.
Dave Ildefonso, the first guy in double figures with 12 points. This time with his second triple.
Masyadong malayo yun. That's too much space there for Dave Ildefonso. Medyo ni Brian Enriquez ng espasyo doon. Manday.
Short on that free. Tatakbo si Marvin Taiwan. Ayon. Drives, kick out. Taiwan left open for free. It's good.
You knew it was going in as soon as it left his hands. And Enriquez, iba klase yung sagot.
Di papatalo to, Brian Enriquez.
But again, Ken, nakita natin the crucial stretches in the game. Someone like an Alfred Batino affecting this ball game. Yung dalawang stop na yon, you can credit this 5-point lead that they have right now with those 2 straight stops that really set them on their way for that quick 8-0 run.
Foul given up by Brian Enriquez. You're right. Si Alfred Patino, medyo deceiving to because, he's built, but he's built like a tank, but certainly getting the job done on the defensive end. Inside, Ildefonso to Uduba, palabas papunta kay Ayon Ayon, who floats it up off the heel. Uduba crashes the boards and scores on the putback.
The athleticism on full display there from John Uduba. Ang daming tumalon doon, pero yung kamay niya ang nanaig. And able to finish off the glass.
Itong lamang ng ABRA, 40-33. Kalahat, nilabas kay Erwin Palencia, 7 on their shot clock. Palencia in trouble. The pass to Enriquez, high arcing jumper, doesn't hit the rim, and it's a shot clock violation laban dito sa Caloocan.
Terrific defensive effort galing sa ABRA Solid North Weavers, not allowing Caloocan to beat them off the dribble. Everyone was there. Ito kanina, ang rebound. Ang taas ng tinalon ni Uduba doon.
Maibalita muna tayo kay Miss Gianna Lianes.
Yes, this one is about Marvin Taiwan. Symbolic daw para kay Marvin Taiwan ang iniidolo niyang player na si Johnny Abarrientos. Mula nung pinagbubuntis siya ng nanay niya hanggang sa kabataan niya, si The Flying A daw talaga ang lagi niyang pinapanood at naging inspirasyon sa kanyang basketball career. Ito nga ang 5th season ni Marvin dito sa MPBL. His first season nasa Navotas siya bilang homegrown player. Then he spent 3 seasons with San Juan and now dito daw sa ABRA. Naging malaking tulong sina Marky at Ryan Batino sa pag-adjust niya sa sistema ni Coach Yong. Mas kinailangan daw niya tutukan ang kanyang conditioning sa koponan na ito dahil mas mabilis ang takbo ng laro. But he now considers this his secret weapon versus other guards. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Gianna. And to your point, Silef, he has really proven himself dito sa panig ng ABRA. Ito si Marvin Taiwan.
Mabilis na yung laruan dun sa San Juan, ha?
Oo.
Mabilis na yun, ha? So, sinasabi mo, mas mabilis dito sa ABRA, Marvin. Pero, I've seen this young man grow here in the MPBL. Navotas in that first season. He was really a diamond in the rough, kumbaga. Alam mong, pag nabigyan ng malaking opportunity, magpapakitang gilas. And that's what happened here. It's turned out to be a really solid pro dito sa MPBL.
And certainly helps kung pinaglihi ka sa arguably the best point guard in Philippine basketball, Johnny A.
Well, there's a lot of good point guards in this ABRA team, particularly in the coaching staff. Yong Garcia and Denok Miranda.
Oo. That shot is good from Jeremy Gabana, cutting the lead to 5 points, 40-35.
Hindi nila maiwan itong Caloocan Batang Kankalo. Really, a nice fight being shown here by the Batang Kankalo against the Solid North Weavers.
Lob inside, Batino. Upon catching the basketball, huling tumulak. Offensive foul called on Alfred Batino.
You have to remember that the game will slow down eventually, and this is where this lineup of ABRA really gets tested. Alam natin, athletic, they can run the floor, and they put teams on their heels, but execution-wise, when the game slows down, and this is what happens in the playoffs, matchups, exploiting matchups. Wala na masyadong takbuhan dun sa playoffs. The game will ultimately slow down and it gets very physical. Ano ang sagot ng ABRA Solid North Weavers? They have yet to be tested in that aspect. They can be tested today, maybe, dito sa dulo ng game na to.
And in those 13 straight wins, they'll be back for the result.
Challenge was inconclusive. Therefore, the challenge has been nullified. Initial ruling on the floor stays. Small session for ABRA Solid North Weavers.
Conclusive challenge. So ABRA will just retain possession here, but Caloocan will retain their challenge. Ayon will trigger it in. ABRA, lamang dito ng 5 puntos, 40-35, approaching the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Taiwan, Uduba.
Natulak to na Tayungtong.
As Gio Chu tried to attack that mismatch. At Caloocan, penalty na naman dito in the second period. Free throws coming up for Gio Chu. Gio Chu played under Coach Tab Baldwin in Ateneo. 10 points, 7 rebounds against Quezon City. And spent his time in Japan prior to his stint dito sa ABRA.
Much polished player right now. Ito si Gio Chu.
Itong free throw na ito ay hatid sa atin ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Even the touch at the line, very impressive. 8 puntos na para kay Gio Chu.
7 puntos ang lamang ng ABRA, 42-35. Josh Flores sa the right corner. Bola na tapik palabas ni John Oduba. It will stay with Caloocan. Very important stretch here for Caloocan to finish the quarter strong heading into the half.
Mabigat to, no, para sa Caloocan because ABRA's gaining momentum right now.
Cabanag. Cervantes has played a healthy dose of minutes here in the second period. Can't knock down that jumper.
Larry Cervantes has 6 points and 4 rebounds. That time missing that jumper over Chu.
Taiwan gives it up to Oduba. Ildefonso on the right side laban kay Josh Flores. The switch by Manlangit. Ildefonso drives left. Gets to his spot. Lays it up and in.
Can't stop Dave Ildefonso. Going downhill, especially to his left. Lakas na katawan nito ni Dave Ildefonso.
Biggest lead of ABRA now at 9 points. Manlangit, the fake. The ball will stay on their side. 11 on their shot clock.
ABRA asking for a foul on that push on Oduba. But look at this drive right here. Sheer strength.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And a timeout here with 62 seconds remaining here in the second period. Lamang ang ABRA by 9 points, 44-35.
Used to doing and putting the ball on the hoop. And alam mo, iba talaga. Match-up problem talaga ito si David Ildefonso dito sa MPBL. His height, his strength, and his skill set. He can actually play the 4 dito sa liga natin. Pero, you know, at the 3, he's got a huge advantage against the other players in this league.
Now with a full head of steam, Dave Ildefonso.
Had a pass there, by the way. Sorry, Dave. And Oduba, by the way, on a bounce pass. Pero, 2 free throws. Okay lang.
But I think he's the first guy to admit, no, na even though he's been impressive so far in his first stint in the MPBL, there's still a lot of room to grow para dito kay Dave Ildefonso.
Well, he has set high standards for himself. No?
Yeah.
Alam natin kung saan naglaro si Dave Ildefonso. He played in Korea. He was drafted in the PBA, but he opted to, you know, play here in the MPBL. Pero, ano to eh, iba ang dugo nito eh. Nilakay eh.
Yeah.
Hindi ko na nga pwede sabihin mini lakay kasi laki din eh.
And he has built his own name dito sa MPBL. Ito si Dave Ildefonso. And that really poor start, a distant memory right now with the way how well he's been playing. And now Marvin Taiwan getting the steal. And ito yung sinasabi natin na very important for Caloocan to finish strong because this is now an 11-point lead para dito sa ABRA Solid North Weavers.
That you have to go back to those back-to-back stops ni Alfred Ryan Batino. I think this is yun ang trigger ng run na to. Those quick hands by Marvin Taiwan. Can't cross the ball over in front of Marvin Taiwan. Can't. Sabi mabilis yan eh. Tabang lagi yan.
Actually, has in the span of the 2 games, including that one against Pangasinan, 9 steals total ito si Marvin Taiwan, including 5 against the Heat Waves. As ABRA looks to finish strong in this quarter. Mike Ayon laban kay Real Cervantes. Taiwan 9 on their shot clock. Ayon 4-3 short. Cabanag pulls it down. Last shot time para di sa Caloocan, although Palencia turns it over.
Not the best decision there galing kay Erwin Palencia. That allows Taiwan still get an opportunity. Pero takbo ulit ang Caloocan. The pass behind them.
6 seconds left here in the first half. Bounce pass inside. Cervantes in traffic. And a foul given up by ABRA. Just their 14th foul though.
Lakas na katawan ni Rey Cervantes. Inusog si David Deponso. Tsaka si John Oduba dun.
So a chance for Caloocan to end the half down by just single digits. 3.2 seconds left here. Baseline inbound. Galing kay Erwin Palencia. Hanap ng papasahan. Palencia na agaw. Ayon has time. Puts it up. And that signals the end of the first half. And the ABRA Solid North Weavers finishing the second quarter on a 16-5 run as they take an 11-point lead here over the Caloocan Batang Kangkaloo.
Well, not the best of finishes actually for the point guard. An 11-point lead at the break.